Well, I think first of all, it's important to point out that we have to put this in perspective and we have to take it with a huge grain of salt. This is more of a surrender than a merger. It's a contract under duress. What happened here, these two groups have been fighting for well over a year. And al-shabab was effectively gobbling up Hizb al-Islam for well over a year. And now it got to a point what you see today being billed or spinned as a merger is a sort of the final nail on the coffin. Al-Shabab essentially taking over Hizb al-Islam and forcing it to submit.
What does this mean then for the EU and the government in Somalia? Does this mean that al-Shabab is the single largest threat to them now?
Without a doubt. What you see is sort of al-Shabab consolidating its power in Somalia as the main rebel Islamist group in Somalia. But I think in the grand scheme of things, it's probably not going to alter the situation in Somalia in any way, shape, or form. It coincides this week with the UN Security Council announcement that they are going to increase the number of African Union peacekeepers in Somalia from 8,000 to 12,000.
But will that have any difference, this increase of African Union peacekeeping forces?
It remains to be seen. I doubt that I doubt that it will make any big difference in the larger scheme of things. However, it may fit into the government's own proposal that it will be taking over the capital Mogadishu from al-Shabab and other militia groups. But the government has been saying that for over a year and a half now. So the fact that al-Shabab and Hizb al-Islam have merged is probably not going to change any of the situation. It may have a tactical advantage for al-Shabab in the sense that now they control more militia that used to be under Hizb al-Islam. But politically, I think this presents an opportunity for the Somali government in the sense that...
Well, I wanted to ask you about the Somali government. It is, after all, a transitional government, right? Its mandate expires next year, August 2011. So what's their reaction going to be? What can they do in regards to this merger, we're saying?
I think politically it may present an opportunity for the Somali government in the sense that the Somali government has struggled for a year and a half to identify, to put Hizb al-Islam in the terrorist camp. They were calling them a terrorist organization, the international community, and a lot of Somalis were not buying that. Hizb al-Islam was presenting itself as an alternative to al-Shabab, as a nationalist movement. I think the government is now relieved in the sense that they can all call part of al-Shabab, being the fact that al-Shabab is being recognized internationally as sort of a terrorist organization. I think it's going to be politically advantageous for them. They can now sell that to the international community. However, the government has a track record of failure in the sense that it's not known to exploit political opportunities as well as it should have.